Hola lovelies, and welcome back to my channel, Kisimabybernie, which is your warring world to be equipped, encouraged, and ignited in God's Word. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, it's a place where we discuss all things faith and mental health. And for those of you who have been rocking with me since it started, welcome back. Anywho, so it's been about a month since I've been here, and just kind of wanted to come back, provide a little bit of an update, and to still kind of pick up where we left off, right? So about a month ago, I got enrolled. I talked about Bianca, my best friend, who provided me or gifted me for Christmas with this coaching experience / personal development, professional development experience known as Momentum Education, creating a win-win world. And so Momentum was one of the most powerful experiences I've ever had in my life. And after those 4 days, I found myself in this little hump of being so elated, encouraged, excited about what I learned and what I get to do with it. While, right, we talked about holding the dialectic. I'm going to link that video above. On the other hand, feeling majorly overwhelmed by it all and not even knowing where to start. So super excited, don't know what to do with it. Super excited, don't know what to do with it, which, as the days went by, just led to lack of discipline, sheer laziness, a natural anxiety. So yeah, that hindered just even being able to come back on this platform, and just continuing with the speed we've picked up. But then I realized okay, all these amazing things are happening and I get to do something with it, but I know the best way to do it is to start with prayer. And hubby is home as we're filming.
Hey.
Yeah, the crowd goes wild. Alrighty, I'm back. So I had to take a quick break because hubby's home. I really value just kind of checking in after we come home. So he did that for me, did that for him, and just kind of learning to be present and not to be so caught up in shoulda, coulda, wouldas, or I'm so busy doing this right now, I don't have time for you, right? People are more important than things. Anyway, so I was talking about, just decided to take time to fast and pray. I mean, that has always been my armor in the past, and so with this situation, same thing. So you may have noticed I disconnected from social media for about 2 weeks. I was MIA. Just spending time in the Word, spending time in prayer, spending time in meditation, spending time in being present in my experiences, spending time in identifying my emotions. What am I feeling? Am I feeling overwhelmed for real, or am I feeling scared about what gets to happen? Because now I am more equipped, I am more aware of myself, my blocks, my strengths, my challenges, my areas of expertise, the areas that I need to consult about, things like that. So identifying that, is it that feelings of unworthiness and inadequacy are coming up to the surface and are now being combated and challenged, and I'm in that middle area before the tipping point where I go back into sustained confidence. Am I falling back into old habits? Am I just being lazy? I mean, one day in my journal I wrote that. I was like, no, I haven't gone to the gym, or I haven't filmed a video, I haven't journaled because I was ready. I was ready to go, because I've been busy. I've been working every day this week. I've been taking care of my home. I've been present. I've been hanging out with people. And I was like, no, I've been just straight up lazy. And just acknowledging that too was liberating. It's like, all right, Bernie, you know better. To know better is to do better. So get back on your discipline wagon. So, decided not decided, but after 2 weeks, which is the time frame that I gave myself to fast and pray, kind of jump back, into social media, into brainstorming, just doing little things with friends and consultants and coaches and just, different supports and mentors, just reconnecting, reorganizing, clarifying, and seriously just being disciplined, just doing something about all that I got to learn. So here we are, and amazing things have come out of it. No regrets except for the lack of consistency, but I am a firm believer in disconnecting to recharge, right? Yes, it's good to have maintenance and to sustain momentum, but it helps to take a step back, check in, reorganize, keep going again. So that's exactly what I did, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And in the meantime, just kind of been working with my book club. Currently reading this book, and I'm so messed up in the game, but we're not here to talk about that. But some other things that were going on at the time, like I was kind of switching from a medication that really wasn't good for me. Like my mood, my functioning, my fatigue, my clarity was just all messed up. So just transitioning out of that, I was in a funk, just not feeling well altogether. So it was good to take a break from that too, or for those things or those reasons as well. And then actually part 2 of the training for Momentum is starting tomorrow. So it has levels. So it's like basic, advanced, leadership, and then other stages. So I finished basic a month ago. I'm starting advanced tomorrow into Sunday, and then I'm going to schedule leadership after that. Because Bianca's already told me, because she's gone through it, through leadership. She's like, I'm waiting for you so we can do the next level. So a little bit of pressure, but I'm doing well, and just I'm a little bit like antsy about what gets to happen this new weekend, but just everything that's happened, even from just basic time in prayer and fasting, how things are just happening and progressing right now, and how God is responding in miraculous ways. Man, like I would not change it for anything. And I hope that resonates for you too, like around the moments where you feel like you're losing motivation, to feel okay to disconnect, to recharge, to regroup, to reorient, to reevaluate what you're doing, so that you're moving forward with more clarity. Because yes, we don't always know the full picture or the full journey, but at least knowing the next step or the next couple of steps makes a huge difference. So taking time to do that versus like, oh, I'm just gonna go blindly. I'm gonna go blind and I'm gonna hope everything works out okay. That usually doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. And then also, something that we've talked about before too, and I can link that above as well. But self-care is part of productivity. So taking time out to take care of you, to feed your soul, to recharge, to regroup, to reorient, to disconnect, to experience new things that will give you kind of new creativity and new inspiration, is actually going to create the productivity you're looking for. So keep that in mind, right? We just talked about disconnecting to recharge, whatever that looks like for you, whether it's disconnecting from people, places, and things, but also self-care, investing in yourself. And I was reading this wonderful book called 101 Essays That Will Change the Way That You Think, and it talked about how, it should be a problem for us that self-care is a trending topic. If it's a trending topic, it means it's not happening often enough, but it needs to. We need to find ways to implement that in the day-to-day, whether it starts with a morning routine, end of the day routine, during the day making sure you're eating, staying hydrated, taking moments to disconnect, to doodle, to meditate, to take walks, to take a nap, whatever works for you as self-care, make it happen, and schedule it in. It won't happen if you don't schedule it in, if you don't prioritize it. If it's exercise, do it. If it's massages, do them. Groupon, just booked mine because, hey, I'm going back to the gym now that my discipline is on fleek, and I'm sore. And I have advanced coming up, so I know I'm gonna be like a little bit exhausted and tired and tense after that. So yes, that's how I get to recoup and take care of me. So do what works for you. And then lastly, and I haven't done this yet, but I can't wait to share it, but I am a visual person, and I'm a big believer in vision boards. I bought this huge, you guys know that like trifold poster board type of thing, that it has the flaps and it opens up, that we used to use for science projects in like high school and middle school and whatnot. So I bought one that size, and when I talk about like opportunities, a new career opportunity came up where I get to kind of be a consultant trainer, and so with my kids, this past training, the last day we were working on self-value, diversity, empowerment, and the American dream. And so in visualizing our dream, we worked on vision boards, and I was like, when's the last time I did one? Because the last time I did one with my best friend, when she hosted one of her events, I didn't complete it. because I happened to come in a little bit later and had to leave a little bit early before we finished. And, you know, came home, kept it somewhere in a corner, forgot to stick stuff on, and stuff happened and it never got done. So this time I was like, I have all these magazines and crafting tools left over from buying it for my kiddos. I was like, let me go ahead and create mine. So I just bought the stuff. I've just been cutting up some stuff so far, so I can't wait to share it. But figure out a way to visualize and actualize what you are working towards. It's the best way to make sure you have clarity, you're consistently motivated because you get to see where you're going, and you keep consistently being challenged to stay on track, because your tomorrows are made out of your todays. So anything that you want 5 years from now, whatever you're doing today is going to set that up. But can you see that goal 5 years from now, so that every day you're taking the steps to get there? But yeah, so I can't wait to share that, guys. Go ahead, figure out what you need to do or disconnect from. It is Lent season, so if you've given up anything, just kind of being present and intentional about not replacing it with a new vice, but using that fast or that denial as a way of reconnecting with yourself. Again, figure out what your self-care on a day-to-day basis is going to look like, so you can continue to motivate your productivity. And then lastly, figure out a way to visualize your dreams and goals, because guess what? They ain't gonna happen if you can't see them, because what you magnify visually, mentally, you tend to manifest. So get to it. Can't wait to share my stuff on social media. I'm gonna link everything that I said below. You're gonna see some tags too. I'm working on being a better YouTube channel hostess. Is that the word? Anywho, YouTuber. We're gonna stick to that. But anyway, if it's not on the screen, guess what? I'm gonna have it below, because I know how to work that part. Everything else soon to come. I'm still learning. Alrighty. Until next time. Later, lovelies. Bye.